I don't know, it's real, it's indescribable. It really is. I went through the stages of it. Went through the denial stage. I didn't want to go to treatment. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. Put it out my mind. But I think it was God who blessed me with the support system that I had. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and there I was blessed with an excellent support system where people were behind me and telling me, okay, you got this thing, what are you gonna do about it now? Are you gonna let it kill you, or are you gonna continue to live your life? So with that support system, I was able to get back into medical care, and it's just great to know that you have that behind you. Moved to Nashville, Tennessee to start a new life, if you will, which has been a blessing for me ever since I've been here also. Because I don't know if this is what we're supposed to be talking about, but this is what the Lord put on my heart. I always went to church. I was always a church-going child. My parents put us through church, but it wasn't until I got to Nashville and was introduced to the First Response Center and was introduced to my church, Ebenezer, that I realized that me and God was growing an intimate relationship, and it's been an awesome experience for me. The disease, that is probably one of the single most reasons why I do the work that I do, because I was 19 years old when I found out, and I know that in order for me to combat this or to do my part, I have to do something to stop this epidemic from the rest of our descendants that's growing up.
Reverend Sanders, now, as an outreach worker, I would imagine that you've got a number of individuals in your church there. What do they do as outreach workers? I mean,
well, actually, there are a number of components to the work that we do. Kevin works with one of the programs that has the responsibility for trying to reach out to communities that are at high risk and likely to have conditions and circumstances that would lend itself to being vulnerable to contracting the disease. Although we have a number of different strategies that we use, some of them are built around trying to identify substance abusers and trying to impact the behaviors that lead to the vulnerability, as well as making sure that we create and provide opportunities for testing so that folks can know their status, and if indeed there is need for treatment, we can begin to facilitate the process by which they begin to have treatment. On another instance, we have a project which is primarily built around meeting the needs of persons who are infected. Our wellness center is a major part of the work that we do. We provide support services. We do transportation. We provide nutritional services. We have ongoing case management. We do pastoral counseling. We try to make sure that we have an array of activities that allow us to meet the needs of persons who come and are dealing with the reality of dealing with this disease. And then we have other programs where we're trying to work with folks through strategies that help people to reduce substance abuse behavior in a way that we provide a bridge to treatment. We do some work with a methadone program here in town, which allows us to be able to engage people at the level of their substance abuse and then move them to the point where hopefully they will end up in treatment and then develop a kind of lifestyle which curtails some of the vulnerability that exists in their lives with this disease. Actually, I could go on and on. We actually have about, I guess now, a staff of almost 44 people who work at Metropolitan Church in one capacity or another around these issues and dealing with the total ministry that we're able to offer. The First Response Center, which Kevin made reference to, which is actually our outreach ministry, and that's where he works. It's the First Response Center of Metropolitan Interdenominational Church. And we cast a net that pretty much reaches and touches every quarter of Davidson County, but even beyond Davidson County, most of the contiguous counties and communities even beyond.
Very good. And of course, we're getting ready for our first commercial break, Reverend Sanders, and after which we'll come back and give both you and Mr. Love an opportunity to make comments in reference to other issues dealing with the upcoming Black Church Week of Prayer for the healing of AIDS. Of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.